All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming with a message this morning. I say this morning because I get up early in the morning to do the video. So when I go over to the old location, my internet is still up, and then I can upload the video. And it might be in the evening or afternoon. And that's why I wasn't able to go live because I was over to the old address and I thought that I needed to get back to this location because there's no bed over there. There's no anything, just a lot of stuff to clean up and get ready so that I can receive my uh, deposit. Uh, I'm still doing this transitioning. I say unto you in this day, and this day mean a time, what we as human would call a time period. Some people want to call it a season, but let me tell you, it's no season after this, okay? But in this day, it's best not to clutter. It's best not to uh, purchase a lot of things and have a lot of things. Sister Deborah's problem came in when she had closed the thrift store down and brought it all to the house location. And that's what I'm really getting rid of. And uh, I now need it's so much stuff still left to where I'm battling with trying to get a dumpster. It's easy to get a dumpster, but the smallest dumpster here run $450. And when I called and tried to make reservation for a dumpster, I knew I didn't need a large dumpster because I've ordered dumpsters several times in the last year. So I know that I don't need a large dumpster, but I'm paying a large price. What is happening and what has happened is what people are not paying attention to. They got this country, the people here in this country, so bombarded regarding every issue from Ukraine to Russia to Israel to China to changing Black America or African American name to another name to all this killing and all this stealing and all this stuff that's going on is bombarding the fact that they already robbing you and you stand still looking stupid as if they're not even doing anything to you. So what has got to happen is everything you own, everything you got has to be taken from you. See, because you're going to feel this thing this time. This is not going to be, let me explain. You remember how he brought Israel out of Egypt? Israel really couldn't feel nothing. Because to the point y'all had numbed them. No, don't get me wrong. Not the type of numb where you can't feel, but it was the type of numb of overflow of blessing them. It's coming off the throne with the whole host of heaven coming down, setting it up for Moses not to let them go. Why was he not wanting them to go, Moses to not let them go? So that Israel can feel that thing. Did Israel feel it? No. No. That's why he know Israel is a stiff neck, a rebellion, and a disobedient. It's something in Israel that Yah knew it from the beginning because he knew the heart of the individual that he had created from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see, he knew all the time. So he numbed them by having Pharaoh to not let them go. Pharaoh would have let them go, you guys. Pharaoh loved Moses. He wouldn't have had no problem letting them go. But you see how the kingdom had to come down and say, harden that heart so you won't let them go. At the same time, he had Moses going in telling him, let the people go. Well, wait a minute. Do y'all see the move of Yah? Do you see how he did that? All the time he was trying to get Israel to feel that thing. Right today, he's trying to get you to feel that thing. And you walking around here like you in your own world. And you are. Because you represent the people who was left in the wilderness, never reaching the destiny of the promised land. Like then, so shall it be in this day. Many think they going to the promised land. But this promised land, you are going to be in the center of it. And he ain't bringing any and everybody. Oh, he going to bring you to the wilderness because he going to lock you right there like he locked the house of Israel, locked their butts right there in the wilderness. And that's where they died off. Oh, he going to take you to that level. But you're going to be left there. And then the remnant that's going to go further into the promised land is going to come out of the ones that he brought out from the four corners of from captivity. He had a plan that day. An awesome one. When I look back over to the other side, and that's the side of the ancient, it helped give me the comfort I need for today. Because the people are no different. They don't think no different. They don't feel no different. They don't have nothing about them no different. Why? Because they are locked unto their forefathers. Another thing that they have bypassed in this process of understanding where they're at and why they're there. It's just like those that he brought from over in Israel. I'm sure they had no idea that they was going to get left in the wilderness. They had no idea they was going to get left there. They thought they was going to the promised land. Surely they didn't care. It wasn't something in them. Like until today. You got our brothers out here teaching, call themselves teaching, call themselves preaching, call themselves quoting this study guide, call themselves walking as men of Yah, call themselves doing everything without the Ruach HaKodesh. And successfully leading the whole house of Israel straight into the wilderness where they're going to reside. They're going to die there. And just imagine who can come after them during that time. See, they don't know nothing about that yet. They don't know nothing about that. Because the remnant is what is coming out to go to Mount Zion. And they got their issues too. That's why he's going to clean it up. They got their issues too, but he's going to clean it up. But the greater issues are those who are going to be left in the wilderness. And it's what Sister Deborah is seeing now. All this trying to figure out why people's heart is so hard and so rotten toward each other. But everybody that in the world that done something to them, they ain't got no rotten heart toward them. They got a perpetual hate toward their own. From their husband to their wives, to their mother, to their father, to their children. That's what's in the house of Israel. That's what's in the whole house of Israel. That's why when he get them, hold up, Deborah. When he get them, hold up, Deborah. I'm going to purge the rebels out, Deborah. I'm going to purge those who are or have transgressed against me. So you see, these men call themselves awakening. We the people, we the truth. They don't even understand. When they say that they are the true Jews, it's really, hey, I'm the true fool. Because that's what you are. When you have not gripped spirit and truth have not gripped you, that makes you the true fools, not the true Jews. Who wants to be Jews? Who wants to be the house of Israel? Who wants to be Judah? This prophet would tell you, all I want is to be in Yah and Yah in me. All this other trash y'all teaching and preaching and wanting to believe, y'all can keep that. You can have it. I see you on there in the wilderness when he really divided. Because he going to do it. I sit back and you all did not have no idea. When I'm standing back and silent and not on here, I'm kind of like going, wow. And everything I have said to you all, y'all is backing it up. He's showing me, you remember when you taught this? You remember when you said this? You remember when you said this? And it make me feel like, wow. I didn't know the power 100 was behind it. Now, I knew I was speaking spirit and truth, but the power that's behind the words in which I speak it. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, they want to go over here and bother the Christians. Everybody wants to bother somebody, but don't want to bother themselves. By finding out, where do I stand in this? Oh, no. They want to know where everybody else stands, and they don't even know where they stand. Over when he left Israel, he took Israel out from Egypt and brought them through. Did not he get them wealth? Did they do anything with it? So what in the rest behind you thinking the United States owe you wealth? Owe you a portion? I was coming home yesterday and think about how I said brown-skinned people always saying we built this country. We own United States. We built this. We helped build this. If you helped build it, why couldn't you keep up your neighborhoods? Why couldn't you keep up your own tribe? What did you do among your own tribe? You didn't even build a place of worship for your own nation. You ain't built nothing when you talk about you built this country. What you built is Satan's empire. That's what you built. You just built Satan's residence where he resides. In Revelation tells you, I know where Satan resides. I know where he's set. He's letting you know he has a place, a place where he resides. That's here in the United States. So do you see, Judah, how much you say you done built this country? You built its evil, wicked, and its demonic spirits that rest therein. That's what you built on. Let's go there. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 36. You want to say you built this country. You built Satan's residence. That's what you built it. You sure did. You built the evil therein. In Ezekiel chapter 36, I should have had my old Bible so I can go straight to it. Let me go here. In Ezekiel chapter 36, let me get it. Listen to this. Ezekiel chapter 36. Wait a minute. No, Ezekiel chapter 36. Let's go there. Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 19. It says, and I scattered them among the heathens. So we know we end up as a people among heathens. We were scattered among heathens. So we know who he's talking about. We know exactly who he's talking about. He's talking about a people that left their estate and was their land and all was taken from them. That was Israel, the whole house of Israel. They seized their whole land. Okay, and they were scattered. Look at verse 19. Look at it very careful, y'all. And I scattered them among the heathens, and they were dispersed through the countries. Now that's Israel. That's what happened. Everybody went in different countries. But listen to what it says. According to their way and according to their doings, I judge them. So he based you on your actions. That's what Sister Deborah tried to tell y'all. It's your actions that speak louder than your words. It's your actions that tell truth about who you are. It's your actions. It's the result of your actions. You can sit here, look at Sister Deborah all cockeyed and look stupid and listen to Sister day and night, night and day. It don't mean nothing. If there's no action behind it, I know who you are. See, people don't understand that. I already discern you. Because you have no action behind you. But you got a hardened heart behind you. A wicked mindset that says your wisdom is better. Your knowledge is better. Your understanding is better. So now you're going to rest in your own wisdom, in your own knowledge, in your own understanding. I'm sure before they sieged Israel and Judah, before they took them and they went taking running and they were scattered all over the place, I'm sure they thought the same thing. Their wisdom outride Yah. Their knowledge overrode Yah's knowledge, override Yah's understanding. You know, it was just that everybody wants their own. No one wants to hear, no one tell them spirit and truth with the light in their right hand. They want their own so that they can live in their flesh, comfortable with their own opinion. And Yah said, let them be, Deborah. Those are the ones that got left in the wilderness back in the ancient time. And guess what, Deborah? They're going to be left in the wilderness again. You see? So you better hope you sleep, mean dead. Because where he's going to leave you is with those he's going to purge out the rebels. Those he's going to take out that transgressed against him before he moved the rest of them to Mount Zion. So you're going to be left with those that's transgressed against the Father. Those that he's going to purge out, which are the rebels. That's who you're going to get left with. So you wish, right today, you better wish you sleep. Because that's what you're going to get left with. See, people think it's better to live than to die. But let me tell you something, baby. During this time, you would rather sleep than to be in amongst of that. But they don't care. People don't look at it like that. They think, hey, I got my key, I'm going. I pray every day. I know I'm going. I know it. Where's your actions that bounce off your word? Where's your action that bounce off your wisdom? Where's your action that bounce off your knowledge and your understanding? Where's your action? You ain't got nothing. That's just like Judah said they built this country. You sure did. You built Satan's synagogue. You built Satan's place of residence. You built Satan's place where he's seated. That's why you hear cutting up from the floor up with Satan. And you can't tell Satan from you. You can't. And you got instead of the other nation having perpetual hate, you got the perpetual hate for your whole household. But he prophesied it. And when he prophesied it, he said, man walks into my prophecies and see it through. See, you all thinking the prophecy is going to come. Oh, heaven's this got to happen like this, and this got to happen like this. All the prophecies of y'all got to come. Look. The prophecies, he said, was a warning. Because he knew how it would turn out. Once he created it, he already knew it from the beginning to the end, what its ugliness would be like. So he prophesied to tell us the ugliness of man is heading your way in this day, in this season, in the end days. So it was a warning to us what was coming. And we look at his prophecies as it's something that he's slinging. No, he wants us to understand that it was a warning signal that he had already seen. He didn't have to create the actions. The action was already in them. When you get to Revelation and you see in Revelation 8 and then in Revelation 9, you see them, he's calling them looking like the man, have hair like a woman. All these things he's saying, he's leading you back to the flesh of a man. So when man thought they were stealing woman's identity from Genesis, y'all let you have it through the prophecies when he said, and men, and men, and men, and men. You want to steal it from the beginning, I'm going to give you the end. And I love that because she showed allowing them to bring forth. Because you know what? You stole it from the beginning. Now you got to write it like you stole it. Men. And they study the Judah men are still blaming women. If they're not blaming the heathens and the white man, they blaming women. But see what the 400 years was, blame yourself. Blame yourself. Because when you blame yourself, you line up with the righteous will of the Father. But when you're blaming everybody, you're not lining up, nor are you. See, the 400 years was giving you time to own that thing. So, and in the process of owning it, don't blame this person, this person. I just as Sister Deborah teaches y'all. I teach that to y'all. I'm always getting you trying to see yourself. Oh no, you want to look cockeyed at me. You need to see your ugly self. Because that's what y'all wanted you to do. You think he took them to the wilderness because he just wanted them to go through things? No, he took them to the wilderness so they could see themselves. See how ugly they are. Oh no, they did. Over in Egypt. Everybody do things to you all, except for you do to yourself. I can't. 1 minute, y'all. My phone is beeping. Hold on. I had to check it out because I got one going to Cancun, Mexico. Oh, I got 3 going. 2 grandbabies and my daughter. Whew, Father, y'all. So I say unto you all, you all did not even match back in Genesis or during the time that he brought them out of Egypt. All he was taking them to the wilderness so they could own that thing. He ain't taking you this time to own it. He taking you this time because you're supposed to have owned it in the 400 years. 400 years. Here Judah and Israel still standing here. And all they got in their pocket is we the Jews. We Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We the true Jews. You know what that leads me to believe? You know how I said that they see us as Judah as less than human? That leads it up to that. I see why. Because it's like we see, but it's like we can't see. Clear as day. It's just like if this is a pen, we see this to be a house. That's just how messed up our minds are. I know you can say, Deborah, you kind of overstepping that. No, I ain't. Try to get it from the heavens and see how it go. How about that? You see? Because when y'all put those 400 years should have been for you to see and learn and understand. Now we run around here, Judah is running around here chasing these people, talking about we the true Jews, we the Jews, we the Jews, we the Jews, and they don't even understand. They know you the Jews. They know you the fool too, because you haven't owned that thing yourself. They know you the Jews and they know you the fool. Everybody in the world know you the Jews, but they know you the fool because they sat back and watch you not come from the level in which you, when they went to seize your land and take everything that you own and brought you to the four corners, they see that you still ain't got no more sense than you did when they took it and when they brought you here. They see that. They see that. You haven't shown that you got a Yah in the front of you, in the back of you, or any side of you. Y'all haven't even shown Yah. You haven't shown them that, hey, I'm Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Wait a minute. You ain't Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You the blood flesh. Right? That means flesh. But when it come down to the spirit, you are not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, baby. Stand your tail down. They are the spiritual seed. How about that? And that's another problem people have. They don't understand. You're not the spiritual seed. You're the flesh seed. They still ain't figured out who you are. Because you thinking that you all that and some, because the 8% of Judah of Judah realized that they are the true Jews. In the 400 years, they realized it and still ain't figured out how did they get from A to B. They down there at Z because their mental state of mind have taken them to Z and they don't even understand A to B. First thing they should done is, wait a minute, y'all. Oh, let's take that dissect. 400 years, we should have learned something by now. How did we learn it at 400? How did we awaken at 400? It don't make sense, do it? Because you're the same people that he sees, that they seize land and property that was scattered. You're no different. But the whole idea of the 400 years was for someone that's in the light to tell it like it is, to bring the light into the darkness and bring darkness down to the knees of what light is. Y'all needed someone to tell the story right and to get it right. So he always leave a ram in the bush so that they can tell it right. Because guess what? Let me explain to y'all. Yeah, I'm finna mess you up because you're already messed up. So you ain't gonna get it no way. When you talk about righteous, just, and upright, say if you had 50 quadrillion, if there's a such thing, on your left, 50 quadrillion, billion, trillion on your left. Let's say you had that many. And you had one, just the number one, on your right. The one on the left is unrighteous. The one on the right is righteous. Now, let me explain something to y'all of what I'm saying about the 400 years. Y'all leaves a ram in the bush for a reason. Because all it takes is a ram. All it takes is one that is righteous to override the trillion, the billions. See? Because righteous weighs a measure that billions and trillions could not compare to. See, y'all don't need to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40. No, he don't need that. You need it to make up your lie, like you need in yourself. All your lies to make up your truth. Yeah, you think Sister Debbie? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All your lies make up your truth. But when it all said and done, Sister Deborah on the right side, overweigh trillions and billions on the left. Righteous is just that heavy. It conquers anything in its way. 400 years. He didn't have to have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. He don't have to get on this devil platform and have millions of people representing him. He can have one. He can have one. Why? Because righteous, beyond that exists on the face of the earth. Praise the mighty God. It's righteous. That's why Sister Deborah got to embrace the fact that ain't nobody on this devil platform talking like she talking. Ain't nobody speaking it like she's speaking. Ain't nobody carrying that boldness the way she's carrying. All he need is one. I'm trying to tell you that one. People will build up on their lives. They will build up on their own understanding. They will build up on their own comprehension. They will build up on their own interpretation. They will build up on their own feelings, their own emotions, their own knowledge, their own understanding. Just to think they're going to get a chance to walk before y'all. It ain't going to work. The 400 years was for you to feel it. And I'm running my stupid tail around here trying to get people to feel it. And the Father keeps saying, but Deborah, hold up now. Hold up now. Don't forget. He has to keep reminding me. Only that one. And you best that one is the one that I have assigned. It's nothing you can preach and teach to these people. You see how big they get when you ask for a donation. They show their true identity. People didn't even know that. That was your identity. That was really who you were. See, you can hide behind this media in your own little cozy home, but you tell on yourself day and night. Even when you plot within yourself to make somebody else wrong so you can be strong and be in the righteous one, because you trigger your mind to believe you're the one. You have no actions behind you. You have no labor. You have no work. Now, do the action works and get you into the kingdom? No. But if you're going to work, who are you working for? If you're going to labor, who are you laboring for? You see? If you're going to teach and you're going to preach, who are you doing that for? See, it ain't going to get you in the kingdom. The kingdom give it to you to get others, to speak to others that trying to find their way in this dark time. Not just this dark time. Dark been here all the time. It never left. And people are going to and fro trying to find that place where they know the light got to reside. They can't seem to find nothing because everybody going in darkness. That's what makes it so bad. That's what makes me even second think things. And the Father don't want me to do that. That's why he stays on me, y'all. He don't let up. I ain't getting up off of you. I'm going to stay on you. Put your feet on my back and on my head. Crush my head into the ground, Father. Do whatever you need to do to make me line up with you. See, we're dealing with the same people back in Egypt that y'all brought out. It's no different. It's no different. They complained that, hey, well, you took us out and tried to bring us here so we can die. They still was cursing the fact that he was bringing them, setting them free. They would prefer to stay in Egypt, get beaten, enslaved. That's the mindset today. Identical. No one wants to be free in the spirit. No one wants to be free in that true mind of who they are. That true heart that Yah measured. They want to be free in what they got. They want to take what they have and make that line up with Yah. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to cut the phone off this time. Um, so I say unto you, uh, uh, while many people are self-centered, self-motivated, it's good you that today because that's who you're gonna be tomorrow. Okay, okay. Because I think it's over as far as everything. I mean, even trying to think that you something that you ain't. I think that's a crime in itself in the spirit realm. I think that if we thinking that we are already have the keys and we didn't enter into the door of the kingdom and can't nobody tell us and nobody ain't this, ain't nobody. No, you go right ahead. That's people who have sat in their own self, their God. That's a worship. Because what they do is they begin to worship themselves versus worshiping Yah. See, they can't see themselves worshiping Yah even with their finances. They can't see themselves worshiping Yah even with their materialistic things and the things that they have. They think worshiping Yah means worshiping myself, keeping what I got, put it all about me, make everything about me, mine, and forget what they said, forget what they said. But the number one place where they mess up is when they put in their mind someone else. And the only someone that they would say would be the true and righteous one. Because when you stand on that trillion, that billion, and that million side, and then y'all got one on this side, because righteous weighs more than all that mess on the left. Okay? So he don't need 10, 15, 20 people on YouTube to tell what Sister Deborah is speaking. Okay? All he needs is that one. Because that one, that righteous is what's carrying the righteous. And those that seeking to see a pin needle of light, they come to the what pin needle light they see, and they begin to sit there and they sit still and try to join with the light so that because they know that the light is in them. They want it to be brighter because they know it's something in them. But you got people who use this page to measure their righteousness. They want to come here and say, okay, I'm on there and I'm listening, I'm coming and watching, I'm watching and I'm watching. Y'all ain't listening to that. He listened to what you already in your heart and in your mind already. He knows that there's no actions in neither one, meaning there's not a right heart. You see? So watch this. So therefore, the Father is saying that one righteous can weigh the whole world because that's how heavy righteous is. That's why when Abraham believed in the vision, he was in the vision where he said he believed. But guess what? The Father pulled up and said, "Bro, I counted you as righteous. You got signed in under righteous. You all don't understand Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't care what Jacob did. I don't care what Isaac did. I don't care what Abraham did. They were the seeds of the righteous coming down here on 100% unrighteous. They had to do something wrong. David had to do something wrong. David came down here as the seed of the righteous amongst 100% seed of the unrighteous. He had to do wrong. Sister Deborah down here as the seed of the righteous amongst the whole world, that's the seed of the unrighteous. So what do you mean? What are you talking about? And I speak this to all of the seeds of the spirit, not just me. We're down here on all the seeds of the darkness, of the wicked. You see what we have to battle? And then we stand our tails here acting like we can't feel this thing. I can feel tribulation. I can feel the perilous time. I can feel the judgment of the Most High. I can feel the lawlessness. I can feel the darkness on the earth as heavy as it never been. And y'all walking around here thinking it's all about your feeling and what you feel. Sit down, clown. I wanted to talk to something about this is the most ugliest thing on, I would say, on my body. I wanted to show it to you because on one of my videos, the last one I upload, you can see it. And the doctor says this is also come from a lot of laboring and bending and thumbs. I don't know if you see it. I tell you the truth. I don't know if y'all can see it. You can see it this way. You see my knuckles? You see how my knuckles? There it is. There it is. You see my knuckles? I also got it through my mother. My mother has this too. But what happened? It doesn't show, you know, it like it's not very. But I just wanted to say that because on some of my videos you might can see it, and that's probably the only thing ugly I think. So I wanted to show you so you can see it. But they wanted to charge me $5,000 to sand that bone down, and I said no. I didn't have that. But see, I can live with this. I can die with it. I can live with it. I can die with it. But that's the only part that I hate that. But so much. My mother has it also. But see, like I explained to you, I've cooked professional for almost 40 years. Sister Deborah is not a person that's why I say to you all, you so far on the dark side, you don't know what the light look like. Many of you are never have labored like I have in my life. I'm gonna go and tell you like it is. Many of you have never labored as Sister Deborah have labored. I have labored in the spirit. I have labored in the natural. Okay. Mine's, I think, come from, because when he was saying I did a lot of work with and that's what caused it to, to buckle up now, is because not now, it's been coming up ever since I've been working. And I've never told you all when I worked, like say for instance, if I had to go in as a chef one, I could cook for back then up to 6,000 by myself. I mean, iron pots sitting from the floor, from the floor, everything. I had commercial. It wasn't these little bitty restaurants cooking, multitude cooking. Okay, so it was all my life. Ever since I was a young girl, I had got into it when I was 17. So I'm saying to you all, I have labored for many years using my body. Okay, I have. Oh, I'm just a thought. Oh, Father, yeah. The things that I have done and using my body, and I even think about all the babies that I have. There's people out there ain't never had a baby, ain't never been through anything, just sitting around, got attitude toward everything, and everybody else that and then went gone through something. They need to sit down, get somewhere and sit down, and know what real labor is. See, that's the thing about it. As I was cooking as a young girl, I was 18 when he told me, you cook the way that I cook, you cook. And I always thought it was fascinating how I can cook and bring the art and the form and the taste all into one. And this is what represents who I am in Yah. I cook up that word. I bring it together. And I make it taste good to the spirit of individual. I'm not caught up in your flesh because it'll never taste good to your flesh. You got too much envy, too much jealousy, too much self-centered, too much ego, pride. I don't care what you got. It got you. How about that? But I say unto you, many of you out there, you're running and you're chasing the fact that you got this. You're going somewhere. You're going to make it. You, this is about you. You got your keys and already to the kingdom. Many of you all have set your mind up. Those are the ones that he was saying that they are so assured that I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. But when it all said and done, nothing they did was never was for y'all. So what was they talking about? The same thing you talking about today. claiming to be all that and some to yourself. See how they fed their mind all those years. So when the judgment seat was prepared, all that they had psyched themselves out to be and to do was vanity backs in the eyes of Yah. It was doomed to hell. A lot of people ain't concerned about hell. They said, when I cross that bridge, when I get to it. People don't even care about heaven, let alone hell. They don't care about either or. That's where the mindset is at. Because those who say that they are going to heaven, or I'm going over to Mount Zion, those are also the same people who going to end up in the lake of fire. And they ain't going to Mount Zion because they don't understand every action you have on the earth is connected to your eternal. Just as he said to me, I'm not going to measure them based on how they want to treat you as a sister, as a mother, as a friend, or as a ex-husband, or as a child, or as your child, your children. I'm going to measure them because of what I son, the word through you. So I say unto you, you can look at me cockeyed early in the morning, in the midnight hour, in the afternoon, in the noonday. But let me tell you something, the sun sets and goes down. Are you ready in who you are here when you finish listening? Where is anything about you, even your actions? Let's take away the works. Let's take away the labor. Where is your actions? Sister Deborah going to do another video on Malachi. Somewhere along the line, I went up in Malachi by accident, and I found something in Malachi that blew my mind. And the Ruach began to speak unto me. And when he began to speak unto me, breaking Malachi down in me, I was like, well, Father, they said it wasn't true. Oh, yes, it was. He had already spoken to the people. It took them back even to Genesis. It was a reason why people were to give their lamb and their different things they must bring to the priest. Because the priest was the one that goes into the temple, confront Yah on their behalf. The priests were the one Yah had set there. So why were they giving the priest? You figure that out. You figure that out. And who's today is the worstest of the worst? The priests. Because they stole the identity from the Levites. And now the priests today rule the world. But they're the priests of Satan. You see how Satan did that? He took I told y'all, he took it and redid everything y'all did. He had Levites to be the priests. Levites of the true Jews didn't want to do right. They didn't want to be that. They wanted to be evil with Satan. So they lost their identity to the Europeans and all these other ones that call themselves the priests. The Catholic, the Roman priests, they lost their whole identity of what they represent because they didn't want to stand in that position in which Yah has chosen for them as priests of the house of Israel, the Levites. But yet Yah was telling them what they are to bring to the priests. For what? Why are you saying bring this to the priests? You see? See, Yah is more so in tune with something that I thought was very, very powerful. And it also lets heaven and hell be weighed. And that is obedience. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So when somebody said, oh, I sacrificed, I only had $5 and I sacrificed it. No. The Father is letting you know my order is called obedience. That obedience of my order. And when I send mine down, it's better than any sacrifice you have to offer. Praise the mighty Yah. But what did they do? They take the sacrifice. They threw away the obedience. And that's where you're at today. Wondering why things are the way that it is. And why you the way that you are. And you have learned to be content with what you are. Because you figure what you are is what you is, and what you is where you're going to be. Oh, I got my keys. I'm going. I know I'm in there. So as I was reading Malachi, I'm going to go into that and I'm going to nail that message because it takes me back into the ancient times of when there has always been where you were to bring things. Back then, they didn't have dollars. They didn't have credit cards. They didn't have gold and silver in the way that people have it today. But Yah intent from the creation of heaven was that people would always, always support the light that he sent out. That's why the action of the heart is worse than anything, because that's what Yah say. I measure the heart of man. And what people thinking, oh, if I don't have no labor, if I don't have no labor and works matches you in there doing the will of the Father. But it don't match your action, but it matches you being the will of the Father sent down here to labor on his behalf and to work on his behalf. But when it come into your actions, that's you by yourself. Nobody on your left, nobody on your right, nobody in front and nobody in the back. Actions. Where's your actions? Your action speaks louder than your words. That means your words don't mean nothing. That means your thoughts don't mean nothing. What are you doing with the heart? What about your actions? You don't have any that worth any because you made yourself your own action, your own God. People don't even understand they're serving their own self as a God. Well, I don't need to go to no church. I don't need to be a member of a temple. I don't need to go to the synagogue. I don't need to go to place of worship. I don't need to go nowhere. I don't need to go on YouTube and pick out sword service. I don't need to be about. You're right. You don't. Because it's all about I. That's who your heart is. That's how. And when that time comes, it's going to be about I. Y'all going to let you come and go. And it's going to be about I. Get sick. You're going to be in I and I only. Ain't nobody going to be on your left. Nobody going to be on your right. You're going to be still stuck on I. Because a lot of people don't think they're going to ever reach that destiny. Oh, no, we are. We run around here thinking, hey, we're going to be healthy the rest of our lives. Ain't nothing going to happen to me. I'm going. I'm there. But baby, let me tell you something. It's pulling up on you already. All that illness, that sick, that age, even the young people dying out here quicker than the elderly. It's already reaching everybody. So everybody run around here with this ego, this pride trip. You know, not me. I'm full of the Holy Ghost. I'm full of, you ain't full of nothing because you ain't got no actions to back up what his word had said. You see, that's what I look at. There's no actions. And that's the action of your heart. Where is it? So as I was looking at Malachi, that's a really good message. And if I had to break it down, I'm going to break it all the way down. I'm going to break it as low as it can go so you can't pick it up, try to pick it up. You ain't be able to pick that up, baby. And what it talks about is the order of the old time. And as I sit there and I said, so when they said there shouldn't have been tithes and offering, and that wasn't a such thing, I never got hooked up. I did it, but I didn't get locked in it. I stopped it. Okay. But tithes and offering to the right resource. You see, it's to the light, not to the darkness. See, and man had no problem. 99.15 trillion giving it to the darkness. Oh yeah, we got to do it. Oh, we must do it. We should do it. It's what is right to do to give it to the priests. You think the Roman Catholic got like they got because they just who they are? It shows you the level of the darkness and how it has been rooted to receive everything. And the light is sitting to itself because everybody turns dark into the darkness. And they feel when I take care of the darkness. And I sit back and I say, but Father, Satan being the synagogue of this country, that's why this country is the only one that don't give healthcare, free dental, free vision. It's the only country that's poisoning the people through the food that they take, through the air, through the pharmaceutical. And that's why a lot of people on medication. A lot of people on medication because they still being judged. They still being judged. You want a God? Let the medication go to your doctor, pay him all this money, go to the pharmacy, get your medication, pay your medication. Oh, you got to get a Medicaid card. Go and pay up what you need so you can keep taking the medicine because that's your God. A lot of people don't believe that, but that's your God. There's nothing wrong with taking medication for pain or whatever, but people have made it their God. I've sat and listening to people, oh, when I was sick, I should have been dead when I was this age, and I had this, and I had this disease, I had this, and I had this. Never realizing a lot of them was on there for disability. A lot of them was chasing a disease that always got to line up with an illness. Always chasing something that has to do with illness. That's a demonic spirit. See, people don't understand when the disciples asked him, why was this man all withered up? He said, well, that was for Yah's glory. So, because Christ was coming and just show miracle signs on him. So he was prepared for just that. And this is what many of you all don't understand. How is it that you say that the book is the word and you go in it and you see all the miracles and signs back in Yeshua time? Where's your signs and wonders today? Where's your miracle signs and wonders today? I like to ask you, where's all your gifts today? Not one of you can pull it up, nor pull it down. Because you ain't got nothing but your mouth. Nothing but your mouth. And your self-centered and your pride and your ego to tell you something that you ain't. And the action is coming from your heart. That's what God's going to judge, your heart. He already know what's in it. So, all right, Sister Deborah, I hope you got something out of it, but I will be coming back maybe tomorrow morning and give a message regarding the Malachi, tithes and offering. I'm going to give that thing. Because I was dealing with Daniel, and somewhere along the line, I end up in the Old Testament Torah part, and then I end up back in the New Testament, then I end up in Malachi. And I was like, but Father, they said it wasn't no tithes and offering. And you know what? People believe the lie. Is ready to receive the lie than the truth. Now, today, in this day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because that's where everybody is at. That's where people are at. It doesn't matter. They don't care what's going on. Nothing matter to nobody. That's just where they at. And they're going to remain there. They're not going to be moved because it's over. So I, Sister Deborah, says to you, I will be back. Shalom and shalom.